Take it away, Miss Ronda Rousey.
So, how's it going? Well, guys, had a little bit of a rough week. Ever wake up from a deep sleep and think of a cringe moment in your life? Like, and you like lay awake in bed. Damn it, did the game just quit?
No, that was probably me leaving TeamViewer.
Well, I had one of those this morning. I woke up at 6:30 this morning and I was like, oh God, that DDT on the apron. So let me explain what happened. I actually pitched that spot because I love that she does that, but we couldn't practice it in my ring because the ropes were too loose. So, and then we couldn't practice it when we got to the arena because there was these big sieges. So everybody was like, I'd taken DDTs before, but I'd never like helped anybody over the floor. So like they were like, okay, you got to have your hand here on her leg, another hand on her hip, and you're gonna guide her over and and everyone was like so focused on like, got to guide her over, you got to guide her to the floor, that it was literally all that was on my mind when it happened. And so we went over, I was like, guide her. And when she was down, I was like, oh, fuck you. Just go to where you're supposed to go. So, yeah. I fucked it up because I was so concerned with keeping somebody safe. And a lot of times when you see me do something the first time, it's the first time I ever did it. It's the first time I ever did it. I was really concerned with keeping Shotzi safe, and I made it look bad. And you know what? I'm sorry, okay? Fucking shoot me. Apparently, I deserve to be fired or burned. It reminds me of Monty Python, the Holy Grail, and they're like, burn her! And I'm like, well, what about, there weren't calls to fire anybody when, like, Madcap Moss and Big E were spiked on their heads, and they're like,
whoa, 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 whoa. God damn it, Ronda. She was doing so well. She was doing so well until she made that statement. So, okay, let me at least address what she already said. First off, I appreciate her for just straight up owning it. She just straight up owned it. Yeah, I fucked up. My bad. Give her credit. Not a lot of wrestlers will do that. Like I already said, some wrestlers are very defensive. Some wrestlers act like children. It's kind of crazy how the fans can be more mature than the people in the business. That should never happen. Anyways, Ronda just straight up said, yep, it's all me. She admitted that she's the one that pitched the spot, even though knowing she didn't know what she was doing. Yeah, you deserve all the heat for that, Ronda. Even though you admit that you screwed up and, it's basically all your fault. And there is a point in me where it's like, I can let some of this go because of that. But still, why are you pitching to do a spot that you've never done before? Even if you thought you would have time to rehearse it, maybe you shouldn't be pitching spots, Ronda. Let's just call it like it is. You're not necessarily a veteran in the business. You've only been wrestling for 5 years? Not even that, because she debuted in 2018, right? Then she wrestled for a full year. Then she took like a 3-year break. She only came back this year, so 2 years? Maybe she was training during that time. I don't know. Whether it was 5 years or 2 years, you're barely a novice. I don't think you should be pitching or calling spots, ma'am. Let the people who've been doing it for decades, or at least longer than you, be the ring general here. Just because you're women's champ doesn't mean you should be the one calling these spots. Shotzi was the veteran. I think Shotzi should have been the one to go, if you've never done this spot, we probably shouldn't be doing it. Just saying. But she owned it, and we were good. I was following her until she brought up Madcap Moss and Big E. So the one that really threw me off was Big E getting spiked on his head. Because I know Madcap Moss was spiked on his head too. I forgot exactly what match that was. Regardless, There's a difference between those spots and then what happened with you and Shotzi. Those guys actually fell on their heads. They actually were spiked. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We saw them get dropped on their heads. So we wasn't worried about the spot not looking good. It actually looked so good, it looked real. In other words, it was real. So there was really no reason for us to be like, oh, that spot looked bad. No, they were hurt. They were actually hurt. No one cared about the spot looking bad. They got hurt. I was more concerned, as many fans would be, are they okay? Are they going to be able to walk after what we just saw? Because we all know this whole thing is predetermined and pre-planned and, scripted. But moments like that, when they actually get hurt, you go, well, damn, like, I just want him to be okay. What happened with you and Shotzi was nowhere close to that, because y'all were clearly okay. It was the complete opposite, where it looked so safe that it looked fake. It looked so safe, it was almost to the point now where we're like, why didn't you even do that? The match would have been better off if you never did that spot. Honestly? Okay, well, I can't even say that because there was a lot of spots in the match that didn't look good either. There was a crossbody spot where Ronda caught Shotzi and was supposed to slam her and counter it, a la Rick Steiner. I know what she was going for with that. Didn't look good either. Why are we acting like that was the only spot in the match that didn't look good? The match was not good, y'all. It was just not a good match. But she got heat for the botched DDT spot because that was the worst part of it. Still, comparing Big E and Madcap Moss actually getting dropped on their head to what happened with you, you didn't even bump Ronda. You didn't even take the bump. And Shotzi was clearly fine. You placed her down so safely and so gently, like a ballerina. It was so fake. I don't like using that word in wrestling because that's one of the biggest insults you can tell a wrestler, is that what they're doing is fake. That spot looked fake. That's why people are hating on you. It ain't because, you botched it. In terms of like, you botched it and someone got hurt. It was the fact that you botched it and it looked fake. I don't like that comparison. Please don't compare anyone to Big E anymore. Big E might not ever wrestle again. And that makes me so upset. That people are saying, no one got mad at Big E or at Madcap Moss when they're, because they were hurt. I'm not going to get mad at Ridge Holland for dropping Big E on his head. It happens. Accidents happen. Do you want to get mad at Ridge Holland? Sure. Initially, I won't lie, when I first saw this spot, I was like, motherfucking Ridge Holland, But then I went, wait. Okay. That was probably an accident. And it was. Big E doesn't harbor any resentment towards Ridge Holland. Neither do I. I just want him to be okay. But please don't compare what you did with Shotzi to actual people getting dropped on their heads, because y'all were good. Sorry, I just had to get that out of my system. Let's get back to it.
Anyway, I'm so sorry that I was so concerned with keeping someone safe that I made the bump look bad. But what really bummed me out was one of my favorite thing in matches is turning around a hostile crowd. And we're in Boston, so of course they're hostile because, they're angry at the fact that they live there. And, right when...
Really? Bro. Sorry, that also just threw me off. We're not in character. She just slipped into her TV character for no reason. Or was that her being her? I can't even tell. I can't tell anymore at Ronda. Sometimes she does these things, whether it's on screen or off screen, and you go, were you playing a character or did you just expose yourself? I can't tell with Ronda. Honestly, I don't even think she knows. Let me back that up. I'm sorry. Why are we getting heel heat for it? What's the point of getting this heel heat right now? In the middle of an apology? Boston, because they're mad that they live there. Oh my god. Okay, Ronda, bruh. Back to the apology.
favorite thing in matches is turning around a hostile crowd. And we're in Boston, so of course they're hostile because, you know, they're angry at the fact that they live there. And right when we got them like turned around with the holy shits and the crossbody into the fans, I'm like, fuck yeah, we're turning it around. We got all the awesome shit coming up. And then Shotzi rolls me in the ring and they're like, get out of there. They're basically like, plan B, get out of there. We're out of time. You got to go. I'm like, what? And she was like going up and I'm like, sorry girl. And I had like run up and throw her down and throw her in the Piper's armbar and get out of there. Cause that's what, they were telling me on the mics, because they were, I guess the match before us went over by like 6 minutes and they were really concerned about going over on time. And the match after us was like a 3-way, so they wouldn't be able to communicate with each other. Hold on, I'm a little foggy. To be able to make the match shorter. The match after that was War Games. It was War Games after that. They couldn't cut that out. So it was like the only place where they could get that time back. So I was kind of bummed though, because we worked on that match for 2 weeks and we were really excited about it. And I felt like I really kind of like failed Shotzi. I really wanted to like showcase her shit and make all of her shit look great and show everybody how great she is. And that's like one of the main reasons I want to come back for this run, is like showcase a new talent and show people, thank you, Adador, you're amazing. And show everybody how great, you know, Liv is and Shotzi is and Raquel and Shayna, and showcase all these women that haven't been getting the attention that I think that they deserve. And I failed. But that wasn't the match. That was like the beginning of the match. And I'm kind of bummed that we're getting judged from not really what we put together. And why was the match so short? Asked JC. Just for time. They were both the War Games matches go an hour, so they're really worried about fatigue at the end of the night. So they were. I mean, I never heard everybody so stressed about time as I was leading up to that pay-per-view. So we literally only had 8 minutes to do everything. And when we hit the 8 minutes, they're like, "Oh, you gotta go." And I'm not gonna like argue, you know, because they pay me to show up and do what they tell me to do, what they say to do. So, kind of bummed though. I feel like I failed Shotzi. Oh, sorry. I'll do better. I'll do better. I'll make it up to him.
Now onto the game. You know what I mean? It's like, now onto what you're really here for. Sonic Frontiers. Alright, that's essentially her apology. Let me be sure she has nothing else to add.
Beat her ass.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well,
I'll let her beat my ass in a way everyone loves. No. Beat each other's ass in a way everyone loves. I don't know.
Yeah, that's essentially it. Alright, if she says anything else, just let me know in the comments. I just wanted to react to her addressing the criticism of the Botched Apron DDT spot. So, just overall thoughts. Was the apology sincere? I can never tell with Ronda, man. Look, do I think she maliciously went into that match with the idea of fucking up the match to make Shotzi look bad? No. It's not a matter of her being that level of a bitch to where she's going to go in there and just completely no-sell her shit because she didn't want to. You know what I mean? She didn't go in there and pull a Hulk Hogan. That's not for me, brother. Oh, that's not for me, brother. No, that's not her. I just think it was complete negligence. Completely. Because even if you believe what she said, oh, we didn't rehearse the spot. Oops, my bad. I was so concerned with trying to protect her that I didn't bump properly. Even if you want to believe that, that's still negligence, because you're not the only wrestler in the world that's taken a spot for the first time. You know what I mean? I would put my all into... I am someone that doesn't wrestle. Let me retract that statement, because I am not a wrestler. I am just a fan with a camera and a microphone. I would think a wrestler that does love what they're doing would have just done something, you know? But that's easy for me to say. I don't know. I don't know what goes into being a wrestler. These comments that I make are just comments based off of what I see on TV. So there is that divide of information that I will probably never be privy to until I'm inside the ring. Regardless, all I know is it looked fake. It looked really, really bad. So, Ronda coming up here saying, I do this for the women. I care about Shotzi. I care about the women's division. Liv, of course, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, Bianca, blah, 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 blah. She cares about all the women. Well, if that were true, you wouldn't be phoning it in. My criticism of Ronda Rousey still stands. I don't think she cares. I don't think she sees this as something she's passionate at. I think it's just a paycheck. Which would further explain why it's easy for her to come out and say, oh, all right, my bad. I'll do better next time. It's easy for her to say it. Will she do it? I don't know. We'll have to see. I would love for her to pick it up a little bit and do better in the matches, but so far, maybe one match this year was worth a damn. Her match with Charlotte. That was about it. The other matches have not been good. It has not been the best year for Ronda. To the point where I'm like, look, if you're not gonna try, can you at least get the belt off of her? Because it makes your division look bad when we have a woman that comes into this company, that comes into wrestling and just phones it in, that doesn't really care, doesn't put her all into it. And why should she care? She's gonna get 12 million, some millions of dollars from WWE by just existing. Guaranteed money. When she's done, she's done. So she can easily just turn around when all of this is done and be like, ah, fuck that goddamn wrestling thing. I tried wrestling. It's so fake. It's so stupid. It was the worst one of my career. You know what I mean? She seems like that kind of chick that would do that. Like, I'm cool now because I'm under contract, but when it's over with, yeah, fuck wrestling. I'm pretty sure she feels that way. I mean, she's talked about wrestling in the past. She's called it fake while under contract. Talking about these people have never really had a real fight, which is actually not true. A lot of the wrestlers, they've been in fights before. All my favorites. Actually, I think Undertaker is the one that's notorious for going to bars and picking fights. Hulk Hogan used to break people's legs. I don't know which locker room it was, but I've heard rumors that, yeah, he would break people's legs. Guys, your favorites, most of them have all been in fights before. Maybe not to the extent of Ronda Rousey, who actually is a MMA, UFC champ. Like, she can actually throw a punch. That doesn't excuse what she said, though. In terms of other stuff she said, you know, like I said, the botched DDT spot being compared to Biggie and Madcap Moss being dropped in their hands, horrible comparison. They were actually hurt. You and Shotzi are fine. Biggie might not ever come back to wrestling. Terrible comparison. I don't know. I just kind of feel like when it's all said and done, this is not going to matter to Ronda. It just really isn't. All right. Terrible match. All right. Well, I'm still getting paid. You know what I mean? Not saying that's a bad thing or that makes her a bad person. It just makes me hear this apology and go, But, again, she does get credit for at least having the galls to address it. Yep. My bad. I screwed up. It was on me. I give her credit for that. My issue is, will she do anything to change that? And I think we all know she's not. Why? I highly doubt her next few matches will be any better than what we got here. I'm not expecting anything. Who knows? She might surprise me. She might actually turn around and be like, okay, look, for real, I'm going to give you guys some great matches. I'm at the point with Ronda where it's a wait and see for me. All right, well, let me see it. Because at this point in time, Ronda, your words, they're just words. It's not that I don't trust you. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just I need to see it put into action. You said you're going to do better. I need to see you do better. That's where we're at with Ronda Rousey. But that's just me. Give me your thoughts. How do you guys feel about Ronda's apology? What she had to say? Her comparing the botched apron spot to Big E and Madcap Moss actually getting dropped in their heads. Jesus Christ. The match getting cut for time. Do you forgive her? Do you accept the apology? Let me know how y'all feel about it. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. As you file out, please be sure to like the video, subscribe, and click that bell. Catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, of course, TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. I am growing fastly on there every single day. And don't forget to donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.